Well, hey, y'all, happy day, everybody. It's Auntie Tommy Jane coming to you a little baked. No, I'm not. I'm not baked. I'm heavily stressed. I'm having to smoke a lot more pot and gobble more hydroxyzines just to keep from quivering because of all the stressors. I wish they think Tommy just sits there and gets stoned all day. Tommy has to smoke pot just to be able to deal with idiots. I wish I could afford to smoke enough to actually stay stoned. But I was going to get my girl on a little first. I probably got a little bit of a shadow here, and I wanted to get into something sexy for this one. I got a lot of crazy shit going on. We're going to talk about. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start on this one. I have a femboy toy that I'm trying to. That's going to move in here any minute now. As soon as I come up with $160 for a bus ticket, I got a BDSM switch. That nigger wanting to be my apprentice. Now, Mr. Arsena Cervantes, also known as Slutastic Trans Girl, has been. I'm not sure how serious her gender dysphoria is yet because I need to interview her face to face. It's like me and my friends who are either intersex or transsexual and older, who have been living with it all their lives, um, have certain characteristics that are common. There's common to all of our GD. Most of us distinctly see ourselves as females in our minds and males in our body, and it drives us mad. And most of us have known since we were little. And from there, there's a lot of variations in how people dealt with it. And hell, is part of the crazy shit that happened today was in Vanessa Capella is one of the more. She's not as well known as people like Mara Kiesling, for instance, who's more in the public eye. I think Mara is like the director of the NCTE or something. And definitely, she's not well known like the celebrity spokespeople at all. Um, but Vanessa is a very important player in the community. She created the first and possibly still the only transgender oriented and owned uh, nonprofit advocacy, NGO advocacy group. It's the only one, Trans Hope United. And her social group is called Transters, where there's Transters, there's I don't think trannies allowed, but there's trannies, and some of us are still trannies. It originated in our community. Some of us never let it go, and some of you got your asses beat with it, and that's the problem. But it's our word. It's the logical diminutive of transgender, transvestite, and transsexual. We're trannies. Get over it. Be proud. Be a proud tranny and stick it right back in the haters' faces. But anyway, moving right along. Uh, Vanessa's group, there's trallies. There's the transgender people and our cisgender allies. I've taken that one step further in the caucus and opened it up to allies and admirers, as long as they don't do any chasing and people that are just interested in transgender people because we're so fascinating or they're horny. I just don't keep the horny stuff. It's no flirting or anything like that. Any inappropriate flirting that gets reported to me, they're gone for good. Um, and that's between the transgender people. This is not a support group. It's not a dating group. It's strictly a political caucus. And me and my friends, the admins I'm putting together, are going to ride her tight on that. And apparently, what happens is Vanessa is so busy with her own sex therapy clients and trans hope that she doesn't have time to administer the group properly. This is a big problem with Carolyn Cossey. and her wall postings, because everybody would go bananas on each other, and Carolyn wouldn't be there because she was off doing other things, and she didn't have anybody, and then she'd have to respond to the people in the PMs that were freaking out at each other, and she finally just blocked me. She had extended the invitation because she felt that my perspective as a non-op intersex transgender woman was important to the discussion that she wanted to be in, the conversation that she wanted to have. But the transsexuals and Turfy, the uptight gatekeeper people just couldn't handle me at all, and were driving her crazy. So she cut me off. But boy, Vanessa today, I posted about it, Transgender United Front, because it was a perfect response for a group owner. What happened was there's this I don't know how this person identifies other than pre-op, and she's mean and she's profane, and she had pulled a suicide stunt, got everybody all excited in the caucus a while back. We'd run her off. We'd run her off from the Trans Sisters because she was just too obnoxious. She's mean, and she's mean and vulgar. We're not, I get pretty vulgar, but I'm not mean. I'm being funny when I get vulgar. This girl means it. So she pulled this, got everybody all excited, trying to talk her out of suicide. There were a couple, 3, 4 people working with her, and she went silent on us. She made noise like she was going to go do it, and then she went silent. And the policy in the Trans Sisters, Rainbow Family Trans Sister policy, is that someone goes silent like that, and we don't have anybody on the ground to go do the wellness check. We call the cops to do it. And she's carrying a grudge. Cop came. She was probably being real vulgar and confrontational with him, and he tried to get her to come outside, and he was misgendering her and shit and pissing her off more. And so she's still pissed at me, and she tried to bring it up in Transsters. Oh boy. And that was a weird thing too, because I didn't realize how serious Vanessa was about polls and research. I didn't realize that she was that serious. She's like doing, she's working on a treatise right now. We've had some real deep discussions about history and the major points of history and who was involved in everything in just a short time that we've known each other. I guess she found her way somewhere where I was and decided to reach out and make friends. And recently, that's the magic of the late bloomers. That's how I met Carolyn, was through them. We were all coming out at the same time. Men from both the gay and straight community, married, single, all sorts of different, everybody different, but the same in that we have gender dysphoria, and we just got tired of pretending to be guys. That we had to act on our transgender nature and come out and live authentically. For myself, I'm okay for now presenting as intersex and bigender. My baby sister, like Melissa Segbar, is also a DES baby. She's got Klinefelters, so she needs to get her stuff really repaired. I can live with what I've got. She needs to get a repair job, and really that's what it comes down to with transgender. It's so very simple. You've got part-time and full-time transgender people. The part-time may not even only be doing it for fun. Some part-time, some transsexual, in the head, people that are like totally like full-blown dysphoric, cope with it by just dressing up part-time and just live as though they're really cisgender. Then there's full-time non-op and full-time pre-op and full-time post-op. The part-timers got to work it out among themselves over which one of them which of them are doing it because it's an adaptation to gender dysphoria, and which ones are doing it to get their rocks off. That's not my business. And that's what we're trying to cut down is all this lateral hostility. And why was I talking about that? How weird it got. Oh, well, yeah, the mods, what happened was Vanessa spotted the poll, and I really just posted it as a conversation starter about coping mechanisms. And somebody comes in here saying that they have thoughts of suicide as a coping mechanism, which is not what I was after, because the coping mechanisms are what we do to keep from having the thoughts of suicide and acting out on them. So it went south real fast, and the hate thread got started up on me by this Jowin. And, oh, God, it was pretty stupid. But Vanessa spotted it, took the thread with the poll down. She didn't know about the hate thread, or the thread that sparked the problems, which was something about body dysmorphia versus sexual versus gender dysphoria. And I don't know. It's like, the Jowin misunderstood where I was coming from. I'm not saying that the surgery is wrong or right. I'm saying that some people need to have it to be able to live in their own skins, and because it's so damn expensive and painful, I'm advocating for people to look real closely at whether they can't figure out a way to be comfortable in their own skin without it and live authentically as transgender women. That's all I'm coming from. I'm not telling people not to do it. I'm just telling them it's easier to do it like I'm doing it. It's like, okay, I'm not a woman. I'm kind of both. And people are going for it. And respecting my desire not to be, don't invoke Tom. Tom's no fun. Don't make me be Tom. And I'm loving life right now. There's so much wonderful shit happening. Meredith O'Brien, Stacy and Steve's daughter, got married to I forget, Baum something or other. Total Jewish name, but neither family is. I don't think his family practices either. Stacy and Steve are practicing deadheads. The Church of Jerry. I'm not sure where Meredith's head's at. So like the whole 420 families just had a wonderful weekend. The Dead Pelican show was kind of, and because like the Dead Pelicans didn't really know the tunes. The drummer was looking really strange on Fire on the Mountain for one. He's playing it like a punk rock drum. And I was like, what the fuck is that shit, dude? But otherwise, this is funny as usual. What else? What did anything happen specifically? Because I wasn't like feeling the greatest. Britta was there freaking out. She's freaking out over Kevin being in jail, and she just come over here. I was going to have Sturf and Turf with her, and she freaked out on me when I wanted to get Kevin's phone number to his lawyer, to talk to the lawyer about. She's worried about Kevin. They're not going to transfer his probation here. And so, oh, well, I'll go to California. And it's like, oh, no, wait a minute. You got family here. That's why he came here, was to be with his buddy, who's also in prison right now for a little while for weed dealing. And they got a nice 2-bedroom house. It's a total sleaze, like the mansion, where it's owned by a family that has it. It's a family trust that owns it, and they want to sell it, but they're not getting their selling price, so they're renting it out or something. I don't know. But I sure don't, we've been talking about this for months, and I sure hate to have this blow up all of the plans that Kevin and I have been making together about plugging them into Real Things, and that becoming the residence for Real Things, and this becoming totally commercial. So Britta freaked out because she's seriously mentally ill, got real bad panic and anxiety and shit over nothing. Because, her first child is a result of a rape, and then she had a second one by the same guy because he married her, and then they broke up, and now that she can't get to the kids, and she's talking about going back up north to be with her mother, and it's like, no, you don't get along with your mother, and your old man isn't going to let you see the kids enough to make you happy, and it's just going to make it worse. It's better for have a long distance relationship and keep some distance between you and your mom, so you're not tearing on each other, and can be nice to each other when you're talking on the phone. She freaked out. She's impossible to redirect. And when I'm faced with somebody impossible to redirect, my Tom comes out. It's like, shut the fuck up and listen to me for a second. Let me get to my point. So I chased her off. I don't know if she's coming back, and I don't care because I can't have that. I mean, I do care if we lose the house trip, but I have a feeling I'm going to be able to, if she decides to bail out, I have a feeling I'm going to be able to work something out with the owners. Because there's other people than them involved. There's somebody else, a local, Brett, one of the local family. I'll talk to him about it because he's probably the one that set it up in the first place. Or Patrick, the one in jail. So anyway, thinking that this was going to actually like come together when Arsena is on her way here, and we're gonna do this and plug in. Things are happening, and I'm ready to bring real things on. Legit, I've been flying under the radar for 31 years. I wrote about that. I don't want to go too deep into it now. But it's totally been handshake agreements between me and all my partners over the years. You know, somebody else, either I held the lease or somebody else held the lease on where we were working. And we just worked together. Your stuff's your stuff, my stuff's my stuff. And we you know, I pay you for, you know, selling or making my stuff, and you pay me for selling or making your stuff. And that's the way real things works. Everybody's individual. Nobody's a boss of anything else but their own shit. It works real well. Bobby and I, boy, we used to big fat boxes of money after us, big fucking boxes of cash to split up after a show. It was outrageous. Maybe Lisa Cotton-Prell will share some of that because she was doing Memphis in May with them more than I did. And that's where that shit was happening, boy. Holy shit. It's like what happened was Liz, my last ex-old lady, kind of split us all up. And I went down the road with her for a few years until the last couple of years, until 1998 and 1999 when we finally lost the lease because the building got bad enough for the city to condemn it. That's the only reason we had it for so long. The city wouldn't let the owners tear it down. So they rented it to hippies, hoping we tear it up, and we took care of it for like 15 years. I saw it'd be always up on a ladder somewhere doing something, fixing something, because they wouldn't do it. So we did. But it finally fell apart enough for them to tear it down. So what else? Because this is all coming on 20 minutes. Oh yeah, I never got to what I wanted to talk about. The theme of this. This is Tucson. This is a kinder, gentler land of the fruit and the nuts. We'll start with the nuts because this is nuts, and I hope she's fine. And I need to make some prayer call for Deborah Dorland, also known as Rainbow Weaver. Who suffered a stroke a couple of years ago and was in a nursing home in Richwood a couple of months ago when it got flooded out, and moved to another nursing home, and now all of a sudden she's gone silent for the last 10 days while I've been like wanting to get her address, her new address, to send her this box that is all full of raw nuts or roasted nuts that I've been dumpstering. There's cashews in there. There's pistachios, there's almonds, all that kind of stuff. Whole mess of almonds, but there was a whole mess of pistachios too. I found like a 3-pound bag that was half full, and I split it with her. Keep some of it here and sent the rest to her. So that's some kind nuts. The kinder, gentler fruit. That's a good one yesterday with Molly Bednar. There was somebody brought a bag of nectarines from off of a local tree, but they were so small and so red, and so sweet, they looked like overripe plums, but they were really overripe little local nectarines. And Molly and I had a silly little scene over that because she said, "Oh, here, have a plum," and I'm like, oh, these are delicious, but Molly, it's a nectarine. Oh no, it's a plum. This is not. No, I'm not going to argue with it. But this is local nectarines. Um, and I'm not, I'm getting all kind of garbage, all kinds of food out of the garbage except for produce because it's too hot, and it just falls apart instantly when they throw it away. So I'm not getting any produce. I had to go to Empire to buy some. So we'll start out with a 99-cent pound of carrots, which is overpriced, but it's convenient. I wanted some fresh fruit, but the only thing that was really like decent price and looking good was these big black plums. Um, the nectarines were kind of cheesy looking. Some of them were bruised real bad, and others were too hard. These guys at least look properly ripe before they picked them. These are big fat ones, so these are going to be nice and sweet. What else? A couple of onions. And these guys, some mushrooms because I found some crab meat, and I wanted to make stuffed mushrooms with cheese melted on top of some crab meat stuffed with mushrooms or mushroom stuffed with crab meat salad and cheese melted on top of them under the broiler. They're delicious. And I was going to make them with the surf and turf that I was going to have with Britta, but she kind of freaked out on me. So I don't know if she's coming back. I told her, go home, calm down. If you want to come back, cool. Otherwise, I don't care because I can't have that kind of mentally ill people around me because I'm unstable myself. I could snap, which I did. I've been gobbling. I've been smoked up. I've smoked up almost a half ounce of weed since Friday afternoon. And haven't really shared much with anybody. And been gobbling the hydroxyzines too, because everybody's getting me on. So we'll finish this with a special discussion about some way back stuff about my history and this cantaloupe. It's not quite ready to eat yet. You can tell when a cantaloupe's ready to eat by what it smells like. Knock on it, and it shouldn't sound too hard. It should sound a little saucy, but not real bad. And there should be a real rich cantaloupe smell coming out of where it broke off from the vine. Now, I learned that from Gus, who was the produce man at the IGA on Broadway that was around the corner from where I grew up in Chicago. And me and my mom would go shopping. And Gus would take her through the produce section and tell her what to buy and what not to buy because that's not so good this week and it's not ripe yet or whatever. So that's some kinder, gentler fruits and nuts. Coming from Tucson town. Tampa was where I graduated college. Little hiccups. So have you watched this all the way to here? Thank you so much. Happy day. Let me know you watched the whole thing, and I'll give you a special present. I see too many people are just watching the first minute or two and then, Tony's being an idiot again. Fuck her. Or fuck him. Most of them are fuck him. I have no idea how many of my actual friends are watching these. I know that my enemies are. So, namaste, motherfuckers.